be able to forgive me for killing Terry.
If I wanted revenge, Nina, I would have killed you already. You know that.
That was a scene from the Fox thriller 24. 24 airs on Fox on Tuesdays and is now in its third season. This year, one of the more infamous characters, Nina Myers, has just returned. Certainly a big deal, because Myers has been nothing but trouble in the past. With me now is Sarah Clarke, who plays Nina Myers on 24. Welcome. So great to have you here.
Well, thank you.
Now, this show is brilliant, can be a little tricky to follow. So for the couple of folks out there that haven't seen, you worked with Jack at, of course, Kiefer Sutherland at CTU, and were the mole. So if you can paint a quick thumbnail.
Bring you back up to speed. Okay, yeah. Well, basically, I had a relationship with Jack as well. That should probably be told. And when I was trying to escape as the mole, I had to kill his wife.
You just had to kill his wife.
It had to happen. So there's a little animosity between us. Now in the season, well, in the second season, you know, they brought me out of prison to help him stop the bomb. And at the end of the second season, I had been incarcerated and held to see if my information about the bomb panned out. And it did. So then I was left to go into limited exile. Well, now I've come out of it, and in the last episode you see that I am actually involved in the bidding war for a virus that Jack and the Salazars are doing.
And that brings us up to speed, and we're kind of 3 years later in this third season.
Exactly.
Now, the writers of the show had said that they sort of made it up on the fly in the first season that you were going to turn out to be the mole.
Oh,
Isn't that true? How did you feel about that? Were you pretty surprised?
Well, I was very mixed. At first I was sort of shocked. I thought, well, wait a minute, I'm such a nice person, and how could they think this about? No, but actually, it actually turned out to be a very, very exciting challenge as an actor, because I got to bring a whole another side to the character and sort of leak it out slowly. And they didn't let me know until about 5 from the end, but at least I had those 5 to sort of reveal.
So sort of through.
Yeah.
Now, the clip that we saw, you're kind of seducing Jack there, who's undercover, as kind of pretending that he's kind of part of this drug cartel, and you guys are bidding for this virus. And you're trying to see if he really is kind of a bad guy.
Right. I'm not convinced at all that he is really undercover. I mean, I think he is undercover is what I'm trying to say. I'm not convinced at all that he's really working with them. So, not to give too much away, but in that scene, I am basically interrogating him now, because I want to know what his intentions are, why he's there. And I also know that if CTU is involved, that I'm dead meat, because I've basically broken my exile, and so they could then incarcerate me for real, and then, or even execute me.
Okay, so we just want to cut. We just want to know: are we going to see love scenes between the two of you coming up?
Well, let's just say there's something has to sort of resolve itself between us.
Of course, that's my perfect segue into, speaking of love scenes, you married Xander Berkeley, who was George Mason on the show.
Yes.
Now, I was going to ask you if it was better to work together or not to work together, but I know that you guys have a film that you just did together that you're showing at Sundance.
Oh, yeah, exactly. No, it's fantastic to work together. He's one of my favorite actors.
Him on the show?
Yes, I do. I mean, I think he had such a great character and such a wonderful storyline last year. We didn't really get to interact in the second season, so it was more just by proxy. But working with him has been really fun. We've done 2 projects besides 24 together, and the one that's showing in Sundance is called Below the Belt.
And what's that what's that kind of story?
Oh, it's another very complicated story, but it's basically a dark comedy about corporate America set in a third world country factory. A big romance story.
Okay. You like to take on interesting projects. That sounds great.
Yeah.
Well, we're so glad that you came by. Sarah Clarke of 24. Thanks so much for being